Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here with me today. It's really appreciated. Today I'm going to attempt a galaxy pour, so space inspired. I'm going to use a spinner, I'm going to use my cookie cutter, and I'm going to use 6 different colours. So let's see what we can create. Okay, so I am using today a turquoise green, a Windsor blue, vermilion hue, deep violet, a sky blue, and a titanium white. So they're the colours that I'm going to use for the galaxy pour. I have Mars black for the base. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my Mars black, and I'm going to try and aim for the middle, and then I'm going to put my cookie cutter on top. So I want a black base, so this is space inspired. There are quite a few air bubbles in that, and I don't want those there, so I'm just going to quickly torch. I'm using the torch to get rid of the air bubbles. So I'm going to take my cookie cutter and I'm going to place that in the middle of the canvas on top of the paint, and then I'll start layering my paints. And then what I will do is I will release the cookie cutter slowly, and then hopefully the paints will spread out consistently in a circle. That's the plan. Let's see if that actually works. So, okay, I'm going to start off with the deep violet. I love that colour. This is the consistency. Don't know if you can see that. I will list all the colours in the description. Okay, so just going to pour the paints in. What I'll do is I'll quickly just show you. Okay, I've brought you in a bit closer just so you can see the paints as I'm layering them, because I don't think you could see them how I had the camera positioned. Okay, so I love that turquoise green. So I'm using a range of branded paints from Windsor and Newton, Amsterdam, and System 3 Acrylics. Okay, the vermilion, very rich colour. I like this one. So again, I'm just layering the paints in. Obviously, as I'm layering the paints in, that's filling up in the cookie cutter, and then when I release it, it should hopefully spread quite evenly. Okay, this is the Windsor blue. For me, painting, so I started painting about 18 months ago, and for me, it was my therapy, it was my escapism, and this is my way to relax, and I get so much joy from doing this that I don't know if you give it a go yourself, but I highly recommend finding a creative outlet to help. It definitely helps me. I'm putting a touch of white in. I think I'm going to go back to a little bit more the violet. Okay. A bit of black over the top. To cover the top. And maybe just a little bit more violet. Really hope this works. Okay. So I'm going to put some more black around the edge because I need the paint to help it flow. Put some more paint here. Okay, so I've got my paints in the cookie cutter. I think I've got enough black paint around the edge to help it spread out. So I'm going to lift it slowly, put it back down again, lift it slowly, put it back down again, and just see what we can do. So lift. So the colours will all be under this black paint. So hopefully they will start shining through. Lift. Okay. Got some coming up through here. This isn't a process that you can rush. Here we go, you can see some of the colour here. Okay. I haven't got it on my spinner yet because I've got a wonky spinner and I didn't want to tempt it, to be fair. Okay, I've lifted that paint off. You can probably see it slowly expanding out. Okay. So I'm going to try now and take the cookie cutter off. Okay. Ooh. Can't see much yet, but it will be there. It will be there. Just have to give it a bit of time. I'm just going to torch just to see if I can get anything coming through. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently move it. I would normally with my spatula, I would normally just do a swirl here, but I think it's so interesting what you can see in the middle already. I'm just going to wait and see what happens there, because as I stretch it out, I think the pattern's going to really change. So I'm going to do a circular movement. So I'm going to work the same motion as the paint. Okay. That's really interesting. Really interesting. Definitely reminds me of space. Okay. Okay, so I was going to use a spinner, but as I said, it's wonky and that's not going to help me today on this design. So I'm just going to work it myself. I'm going to get some more black paint and just cover those white corners that you can see. That's going to help me stretch out the design without distorting the pattern that you already see in the middle of the canvas. I'm using an opaque colour, so that will give solid coverage on the canvas. I'm going to paint my sides a little bit later on. I'm not too worried about those today, but I'm going to stretch this out again and you'll see all the cells and all the different colour combinations forming. I really do think it looks like the galaxy. Okay. What I like about this is if you can see the movement, it's like it's swirling. I really, really like the way this moves. Okay, time to get dirty. These fingers are too clean, aren't they? Right. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I'm going to do like a circular motion because I don't want to lose a lot of this that I've got. So I'm just going to go around in a circular motion, bringing the paint back into the middle. By doing that circular motion, I'm keeping that pattern. The black going over the edges is fine, but I want to try and keep the colours in the middle of the canvas. Just working it round. Okay. Okay, so I've repositioned it because I was very conscious that you couldn't see the full picture. I'm not too worried about the sides at the moment because I'm going to I'll paint those separately. But as you can see, I've got like a swirling effect. And I think that's what gives it the dimension and the depth that I'm looking for. And I'll take you in for a closer look in a minute, but the Windsor blue that I put in, the darker blue, is just popping up very slightly all around the edges, and I think that's what also gives it the depth that I was looking for. Okay, so this is the wet result. As I said, I'm going to paint the sides black afterwards. If I just take you in, you can see how the paints have reacted, and I used the blowtorch to bring up some of these cells. I'm really happy with this. I actually really like the colour combination and the swell that I managed to keep round the edges. I think that's what gives it its depth and its movement. Okay, I'll show you the dried result. Okay, so here we are. Here is the dry piece, my galaxypour result. I love the depth that I've been able to create with all the different colours and all the different swirling, the cell combinations. I imagine this is what space is like. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It'd be really great to hear from you. And I hope to see you all again soon. Thanks so much. Have a good week.